I mean, it's a matter of having lungs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You need more chambers in your heart if you have lungs. But I don't. Yeah, with regard to the dragon physiology, I don't know, because the other dragons pretend to breathe stuff, right?
Well, they breathe fire. I don't think I've ever seen them breathe. I wonder if Bale breathes and they don't. That'd be such a fucking good touch.
I I strongly suspect it, just from us having said this. Like, I absolutely make that prediction that Bale breathes. I don't know if they don't, but for sure Bale does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hear you. The nature of the air of the world. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Something, right? Something, Falcon, right? Yeah, you're picking up and putting down. The upside down, not quite diamond, like Elvish. Oh, interesting. Interesting.
I mean, now that you've said it, I feel very confident. Surely Bale breathes. I bet he
I'm. I
does.
mean, do you want to see?
I it seems so trivial to like delay you another 20 minutes. Like that's
I
obscene.
mean, it's gonna take 1 second. Don't be a dum dum.
Yeah. I hate that I keep sidetracking you, even though the video keeps getting better.
Dude, honestly, this is our magnum opus, dude. There's no good Bale video yet. As far as I know, there's no good Bale. There are Bale videos, but are there any good ones? I wouldn't say so. All right, let's look.
Oh, Gunslinger's thinking like stoking flames,
That's
like
what I was
above us.
wondering. That's why I was like, do we get if it has higher oxygenation, then you would have more firepower.
I don't know if that'd be true in magma, but like
Okay, so
in like
Bale definitely breathes bigly. Bigly.
yeah.
Like gigantically. I can't roar at all, dude. I'm roarless. Oh, arterial leaves? Yeah, interesting pull.
Like as a really surface level shallow dragons like have like stronger breath, like that's fine. But this game is like more thorough than that. So
Yeah, I
I
mean,
feel like that's a shallow. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm in love with Bale's breathing here, and I hope that the other dragons don't fucking breathe like this, dude.
I mean, I really hope so too. They're made of stone. It'd be great if they didn't.
Roarless and maidenless, dude.
Wow, that leg is just not there, isn't it? Man, brutal.
Brutal. Okay, who wants to bet? I know. Are you seeing that for the first time, Dragon? All right, who wants to bet? Let's see. What's the fastest way to a dragon? Oh, actually, this probably was.
I'm gonna say they're not gonna breathe. I'm gonna take that.
I think I am too. I think
Not breathing.
I think that I'm confident enough. So these would all be drakes here. We would need to go to Dragon Barrow. You bet they all breathe?
Oh, I hope not.
God, dude, if they don't, like, how fucking cool? Because, like, they would not need to breathe, right?
Yeah, they made it stone.
Greyall is definitely not breathing.
Oh, right. Of course, and she's moving around. Wait.
Yeah, she roars, but she doesn't breathe.
That seems true. I'm not 100%.
We're gonna get a better shot here.
I think you're right. Certainly not the big breathing that Bale's doing.
That is not a breath. You think what she's doing right now is breathing?
Well, right now she's not moving at all. When she roared, it looked like it looked in between. But just lying there, no, she's definitely not breathing now.
Her feathers are cool. I never noticed that.
You didn't kill her, right? She is still alive?
No, she's still alive, yeah.
Yeah, she's not breathing right now.
Look at these drakes. Or let's look at these dragons. This looks more breathy. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right next to her.
He's like squirming around, but I don't know if he's breathing. I would say.
I mean, does he even have a nose? They're definitely not doing that big breathy breathe thing. That's what I was thinking. It's definitely not that big heavy breath though. I'm not going to include it, but it feels cool. For sure. It feels cool. She stops moving altogether when she roars.
Uh,
Want to go in there. Break your teeth.
you know what I could really go for?
Dino nuggets? Some cheap viewers, dude? I thought you were gonna say dino nuggets.
You know where I can find some cheap viewers?
We could ask, Somebody's lying about the quality of viewers here, dude. They're trying to usurp us. I think... Oh, wait, these are drakes. Of course they breathe.
No, I'm not sure they are.
They are. They're 2 wings, 2 legs.
But that doesn't mean they breathe.
They're Bale's bloodline.
But they're like tiers down. Like they eat hearts of people who ate hearts of people who ate hearts of people who ate hearts of dragons. Like they're not.
I'm just saying, this dude looks like he's made out of fucking soft stuff.
I know, but that still doesn't mean he has lungs.
Show me your lungs, bud. Oh, don't just show me your lungs.
Oh wait, was his torso? Was he? Oh, sorry.
Who?
So they're like moving around, but I can't tell if their chests are expanding or not. Whereas like with Bale, it was really obvious that the chest was expanding.
What's up, Vince? I'm totally not a bot. They do roar. They do scream. Yeah, they do scream.
I guess I'd lean toward breathing.
I'm gonna lean towards breathing on this one. So we need to find more ancient dragons, and the only way to do that is to go fight one for real. And I don't have any save states for them, so we're gonna have to check that one out tomorrow, because I wanna know. I really wanna know.
See, I didn't want to delay you this long, and I did. Dagnabbit.
But if they breathe, the chest should expand. I'm just saying, this is something I want to know. Why don't I... Oh, this is because it's that character. I was like, why don't I have all of my shit? Yeah, we checked the scream out. We checked the scream out. It didn't quite do what we wanted it to do. We won't. Does she breathes up the roar, then she does it stops? Okay, we'll see. We're gonna see tomorrow. I mean, she should breathe. She's a Drake. Okay.
That kind of implies there were only ever two real dragon communion people, just her and Bale.
Mm-hmm.
And every other dragon communion person is like descended from her by eating pieces of her heart, or descended like, or ate pieces of someone who ate pieces of her heart.
I like it. I like it. I like him being the father and her being the mother, and that being what they mean by the bloodline.
Yeah, they don't actually have kids. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they do.
I mean, they're born by organic processes.
Oh, Falcon has a appointment.
Oh yeah.
If she's crucible touched, she probably was born. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows?
We should actually be over here. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is when the forge would need to be turned from a dragon producer into a dragon destroyer. I actually think that the tinges of the crucible begin with the construction of Bale and the combining of human and dragon. Okay, so we can just get rid of this now. We don't need that shit. I love that bit. Stuck on bargaining again. That's how it goes, dude. That's the story. That's the way the story gets told. What's up, Archie? What the is going on, my dude? The Twilight Zone, you fucking llama. I'm gonna get real mad at you. I was almost gonna get kicked off Twitch for something I was gonna say. Golf is soon, Zone. That's exactly where I am, dude. You can almost taste it. You can almost taste the balls, dude. Archer, if I buy you Golf with Your Friends, do you want to play with us? Okay, so what do you think about this, Frank? So Bale is the oldest of the youngest dragons, and the first of his kind to have a biatrial heart. A heart with two atria. The atria of human beings are small, thin-walled chambers in the upper part of the heart that receive blood from veins and then pass it into the ventricles for pumping purposes of oxygenation. Bale has a flesh heart because he needs blood. This is because he's the result of the original dragon communion. And this dragon, this Drake, would need to be quelled for his transgressions. I'm not sure how I feel about almost tasting the balls. I'm not sure how I feel about it either, but I said it! No, dude. I need you to uninstall Sekiro and I need you to play golf with us. Honestly, golf will make you so much better at Sekiro. It's crazy. My goodness, so angry, dude. So angry. McFly pushes my buttons over and over and over until I fucking snap. And then he looks at me and he goes, so angry! Motherfucker. This is when the Forge would need to be turned from a dragon producer into a Drake destroyer. That's what we'll say. Stone dragons and chains would be added around its exterior, and plans would be set in motion to capture the newly dragonborn Bale and stick him in the cauldron with the fire that was used to mold those who would become his nemesis. The chains would hold him in, and he'd be smelted to ash. Of course, Bale is alive and well, but there's nothing left of the Titans but their giant skulls and rib cages, along with their architecture. So, what happened when Bale was trapped in the Forge by the Titans?
Wait, isn't this after you already described the chain snapping?
No, this is way before. Way before.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
I'm looking for a way in fast, right? So we go intro, looked at this shit, Dragon Communion, what happens the first time with Blasphemous, imagine the Titans using it to make dragons. As they forge it, they likely lived in harmony for quite some time. There's no evidence they rose up. Imagine, as happens time and time again in this world, a dragon forging Titan is seduced by an outer god, which whispers to them to consume a dragon heart and take its power. The Titan can't resist and gorges on the heart of a dragon, committing the very first blasphemy, a first dragon communion. I argue that this first dragon communion results in a dragon we've all become intimately familiar with, Bale the Dread. The first of the Drakes, decidedly not an ancient dragon. We learn of Bale's being the result of dragon communion from Florisax. When we ask her about Egon, she tells us blah blah blah. Somewhat paradoxically, she also tells us he's the oldest and vilest. How can we make sense of this? Well, he's the oldest of the youngest, and is actually a completely different species, somewhat akin. And then I do the thing that everyone's gonna love. Somewhat akin to the shamans of the Land of Shadow, Bale's drakes would be systematically slaughtered by the dragons and their human counterparts, the Drake warriors. In fact, she tells us that Bale and his bloodline, the Drakes, have served as sacrifices for dragon communion. I thought she did have sense served. Am I tripping on that? Oh, since that day. Oh, I see, made it in the dictionary. So Bale is the oldest and the youngest, and the first of his kind to have a biatrial heart. Blah, 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 blah. He needed to be quelled for his aggressions, his transgressions. This is when the Forge would need to be turned from a dragon producer into a Drake destroyer. Stone dragons and chains would be added to its exterior, blah, 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 no, no, no. The move from the Forge to Forge of the Dragons to Deathbed of the Dragons, to the Deathbed of Bale. required some re-engineering. In order to make sense of this transition, which happened at the hands of the Titans, we don't need that. We need to look very carefully at the state of the forge today.
You want to know the dumbest pun of all time?
Yeah.
Those who die in battle and are taken to Valhalla by the Valkyries to kind of join the war to join Ragnarok.
Mm-hmm.
They're called Einherjar.
They are called Einherjar. That's so fucking stupid, dude. I hate this game. I fucking hate this game so much, dude. I'm never playing Elden Ring again. I can't believe you just told me that. Einherjar, dude. Oh my fucking god, dude. He hates this game, dude. I do. I hate this game. It's all a facade. It's all a lie. It's a bunch of lies. Everybody's lying about me. The Forge of the Giants is a prehistoric masterwork of technological prowess in the mountaintops of the Giants. The cauldron is built at the highest points of the lands between, is freestanding with no need for bracing from any direction. Many people theorize that the chains which drape from in the current era helped to brace the forge, but I argue this is incorrect. It's got 3 chains attached, blah, blah, blah. This all feels good to me. When I first saw the damage, I wondered what could possibly be big enough to do that. Like many others, I assumed it was damage in an assault by the Ice Dragons, given the timeline coupled with the war between the Fire Giants and the Ice Dragons, of course. This was back when I thought the Forge of the Giants was, well, a forge built by the Giants. It is because of dragons, but not because dragons attacked and damaged it. Yeah, good, good. Yeah, I hate this game. This game is the worst. No, I love this game, actually. In order to understand the damage to the forge, we need to examine the chains and dragons very carefully. Firstly, I'm quite sure that the chains and the dragons were added much later than the original building of the structure. Still, I believe they were built by the same people who built the forge. They're oxidized, however, and seem to be made out of a different kind of material than the rest of the forge. Made much more sloppily. Likely there was a lid at one point, and no, it isn't what the fire giant is carrying when we fight him. It would have been much bigger than that. I think that the shield-looking object he wields has something to do with tending the flame. I can't quite put my finger on it. Yeah, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. Got his ass, dude. Dude, Quandy's becoming a pro gamer, dude. What I do know is that when there's no other way to kill the ancient dragons, they needed to be smelted down. Oh, here we go. What I do know is that there was no other way to kill Bale. Titans decided he needed to be smelted down. An attempt to smelt him, the Titans did. Let's look closely at the forge and see if we can decipher how it actually got damaged. Stone dragons on the side of the... I don't know if I need this. I'm unsure. Yeah, I definitely didn't just pay McFly for editing today. I definitely didn't do that. I would never do that. Okay, this is good. This is good. What was amazing about this? Everything was amazing about it. I see what you mean. Okay, intake chain, blah, blah, blah. That's right. Exactly, Gunslinger. Honestly, it's totally true. It's totally true. I love this song so much. Somebody needs to fucking... Actually, never mind. I'm not going to say that out loud. I'm going to do it. Double check. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Then we get the good part that I'm actually gonna finish tomorrow because I want to play a couple rounds of golf. Dude, it's so damn fucking dumb. It has to be true, dude. Okay, so this is where we get this bit. Here we have to speculate as there simply isn't enough tangible evidence to help us explain what was actually happening when the cauldron turned from a forge into a pressure cooker ready to explode. Okay. Yeah, totally. The cauldron turned from a forge into something of a pressure cooker ready to explode. When it did, it hurled the volcanic-style ash and stone into the lands between, leaving pox in the skulls of the giants near it and covering the mountaintop of the giants with magma. This magma... I don't remember the difference between magma and...
Magma is just under the ground, lava's on top.
Okay, so lava then. Causing cataclysmic damage and bringing the Age of the Titans to a swift end. What do you guys think about this? The evidence is clear. Okay. The evidence is clear. Yeah. The cauldron turned from a forge into something of a pressure cooker ready to explode. And when it did, it hurled volcanic-style ash and stone into the lands between, leaving pox in the skulls of titans near it and covering the mountaintop of the giants with lava. This lava would have flown through the lands between... oh, here, this is one. Killing titans and leaving pox in their skulls. There it is. McFly golf, dude. McFly golf. When it did, it hurled volcanic-style ash and stone into the lands between, killing the titans. Oops, I said that. and leaving pox in their skulls and bodies. When it did, it hurled volcanic-style ash and stone into the lands between, killing the Titans and leaving pox in their skulls and bodies, where they were assaulted with flying, hardening volcanic rock. It would have covered their lower bodies and the rest of the mountaintops with lava. This lava would have flown throughout the lands between, causing cataclysmic damage and bringing the age of the Titans to a swift end. It would have polluted their skies and covered the sun. Maybe the mountaintops of the giants didn't used to be the icy hell that we know and love. In fact, all the weather in the lands between could easily be a result of the changes of this cataclysm brought to the world. That their buildings still stand after this explosion, after this event. You're gonna go to bed? Oh no! Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, Rexy. This explosion is responsible for the distribution of smithing stones. Moreover, this explosion is likely responsible for the distribution of smithing stones across the lands between, and of course explains the incredible number of smithing stones in the Land of Shadow, given its proximity to the forge. The dragon scale inside would have been vitrified, as we see on the edge of the mountains and throughout the lands between. If anything, it's highly likely that this was the catastrophic event that ended the Titans' rule and made way for the lands between to enter back into a crucible-like state in preparation. Okay, so this isn't exactly what I want to say. Sure you don't want to play one round of golf, Rexy? So it definitely could be. It definitely could be. Grace is fire born of witnessing America's Grace is fire born of witnessing America's tormented soul, and fire giants got sinned with religious. Yeah, I don't know how to put that together. Like it went nuclear singeing mode like Grace did. Yeah, it's something like that. But I think that bit comes later. It comes from Gideon, Vince, if I remember. Oh, yeah. Okay, although the architecture of the... I don't want to say this. I'm also not sitting there either. Although the architecture of the Titans stands, all of their buildings are covered in vitrified stone, as we see on the Divine Towers. This is so important, even included in their in-game map icons. How do we want to say about something? I think she's a kindling maiden, yeah. acts as a super volcano. These structures must be able to resist the fire that burns everything away. Specifically, this is specifically true of the forge. At some point, the faith of the fire giants embeds the fell god in the eternal flames which remain in the cauldron. And the fire giants in their primitive splendor come to worship the fell. We'll just say this. At some point, the fell god embeds themselves in the eternal flames which remain in the cauldron, and the fire giants in their primitive splendor come to worship the fell god, taking on its aspects into their bodies. Then, thousands of years later, they banish the ice dragons, and they're warred against by the Erd Tree, leaving our single fire giant for us to find at the base of the forge. Okay, so question. I think we can get rid of all the giant stuff and put it in its own video. No, I think we're gonna do its own video. It stands alone. Because it's a huge pivot from what we're talking about. It's like perfect. After your edits, it's literally like, it's like plug and play. It's like plug and play. Okay, this... Because now we're at a smooth 3,000 words, which is a super strong 25 minutes. And I think that a super strong 20 to 25 minute video could easily do 500k views. What do you think, Frank? Five now, Merce. I've got 4, like, locked and loaded in the chamber. Yeah, well, so we've just been, like, scripting as we're inspired, and then as we find a new thing that makes more sense to go next, we just keep bumping things back. I also am not... convinced all the way, Falcon. I think it has something else to do. Well, I think it does have to do with the Giants, obviously, but also not. It's like a weird thing. Okay. Okay, so... Oh, that's interesting. I think that like whenever I read it, I want it to not be,